So what is Seapad? Is it a good investment? Are you too late, or is it still worth getting into? In today's video, I'm going to break down Seapad like nobody else has done before. Welcome guys, my name is KD, also known as Crypto Hustler, and in today's video we're going to take a deep dive into Seapad. Now normally most of our crypto videos are aimed at new crypto investors, however today's video is completely different. This one is aimed at advanced level crypto investors who have been in the crypto market for a while, or at least know what they're doing and have a high risk tolerance. So if you're new to crypto, or your risk tolerance is low, or you just haven't got any hair on your balls, I'd recommend turn away now.
Do not come. Do not come.
I'm gonna come.
However, if you are a seasoned crypto investor and you know exactly what you're doing and you're willing to take the highest risks in crypto, get your big boy pants on and let's dive in.
Yeah, okay.
So what is Seapad?
I don't know. That's a good question.
I don't know.
Seapad is a launchpad that operates on the Sui network. Now the Sui network is relatively new, but so far this year it has been performing really well. And of course, Seapad itself is new. Well, it's not exactly new, but it's been around a few months, but it's been flying under the radar all this time, so not many people have picked up on it. Now, you might be asking what qualifies me to review Seapad. Now, Seapad, it works on a 9-tier system. As you can see, tier 9 being the highest. The staked amount for a tier 9 is 50,000 SPT coins. As you can see, my staked balance at the moment is 54,000, which obviously puts me on a tier 9, which is the highest tier available on Seapad. If that doesn't qualify me, I don't know what else does, but let's dive into it anyway. So guys, I'm going to start off by taking a look at the SPT price today. So Seapad today is currently trading at 13.5 cents. It did reach an all-time high of just over 20 cents, so it's roughly about 35% down from its all-time high. But again, if you got in early, you could have got in at the bottom. It was about 2 cents. We got in at just below 3 cents. I think it was about 2.9 cents. In fact, this little spike here, that was our buy. Of course, since then it has done about 4.5x, so we're 4.5x on our money already. Now, the main reason I got into Seapad was the fully diluted market cap. At the time, the fully diluted market cap was only £3 million. $3 million. You know, $3 million, any crypto project, that's a tiny market cap. I looked at the project, it's a launchpad. You know, the launchpad narrative's doing well this bull run. A lot of people are looking to get into launchpads, and I just thought $3 million, there's an easy 30x for me. I'm going to put some money into it and let's see where it can go. Of course, it has done 4.5x since, which is sitting at 13.5 million. Again, 13.5 million for a decent crypto project is still a very low market cap. A lot of people might be thinking, well, you've already done a 4.5x, what's the point coming in now? I would still expect this to do another 10x from here to take it to a decent market cap, and like I say, that would put us on a 45x.
Somewhere between 700 billion and $1.3 billion.
But again, my main interest is not the SPT coin. I'm pretty confident the coin will do alright itself. I'm more interested in the launches that it has to offer. A tier 9 on Seapad requires 50,000 coins. So at the moment, if we were to buy 50,000 coins at this price, it would cost you $6,791. So roughly about $7,000, or if you're talking in pounds, it will cost you about $5,000. When you compare that to some of the bigger competitors, we'll take CDFI for an example. CDFI, to get into the top tier, it costs you about $360,000 or $300,000 if you're in the UK.
I'm sorry, what the fuck did you just say?
About $360,000 or $300,000 if you're in the UK. Now, when you compare $300,000 to $5,000, it's easy maths, isn't it?
I doubt that.
Many people argue that CDFI and Seapad, there is no comparison.
You're on fucking crack.
CDFI is a popular launchpad, whereas Seapad is relatively new and not many people know about it. And of course, the price difference is expected. However, I'm a user of both platforms. I use CDFI. I do hold a decent tier in CDFI. I do get private round allocation as well. On CDFI, my tier has cost me roughly about £30,000 or 36 grand if you want to call it in dollars. For that, I do get a very low allocation.
It's shit.
Now, most of my allocations on IDO rounds tend to be about $200. On the private rounds, I've not had anything above $100 yet. So when you compare that, you know, you're paying £30,000 to get a measly fucking £100 on an allocation. Now, this is where Seapad is different. Seapad, like I say, the top tier is only $5,000 if you're talking pounds, and the allocations are absolutely huge compared to CDFI. Not only are they bigger than CDFI, but Seapad are launching projects well before CDFI. I'm actually surprised that they are. Some of the projects that they're launching. I mean, I'll take Galaxy Games for example. So I bought into Galaxy Games in early January. Now, it was a private sale, and my allocation for Galaxy Games was $988. Now, had that been CDFI, my allocation would have been $98 There's no way CDFI would give me $1,000 on a private allocation. Whereas Seapad, like I say, my investment in Seapad is, a fraction of what it is in CDFI, but my allocations are 10 times bigger. That's not the only one. You can look at another new launch which has come out, Refund, which is Polyland Studios. They haven't released yet. It is a private seed round, and again, my allocation is $836. For that, on the IDOs, so Ivan Pay, it's an upcoming IDO. Again, like I say, if I was on CDFI, even with a $36,000 investment, I would probably get, about $180, $190 in allocation. Whereas Seapad, my investment is if you were to invest now, it would cost you $7,000. When I invested, it cost me $1,600, I think it was. And my allocation, as you can see, is $731. So these allocations are absolutely massive compared to CDFI. Not only CDFI, they're massive compared to ChainGPT, they're massive compared to Solidus. To be fair, Seapad is giving me the biggest allocations of all the launchpads that I'm invested in. Not only have they got big allocations, again, like I say, some of the projects that they have got, they are well early, so you can get into seed rounds. With most of the other launchpads, you don't normally get into seed round. You can get into private rounds, but again, Seapad offers exactly the same. In terms of seed rounds, like I say, Galaxy Games is one of those that's going to release soon. It's obviously not released yet. I bought into it in January. CDFI recently showed a sneak peek of Haunted Space. Now, Haunted Space is the first game that's been released by Galaxy Games. So what I'm going to do is just go into Telegram, go into CDFI, and we'll show you what Haunted Space is about. This is from CDFI. Let's have a look into it. So guys, as you can see, this is going to be released by CDFI. CDFI are releasing the game, whereas Seapad, they've actually released the tokens for the actual gaming company, which is Galaxy Games, who are the creators of Haunted Space. Of course, that is a big advantage. You're actually getting into the gaming studio rather than the game itself. Games tend to die out pretty quick. Gaming studios do tend to go on. Well, I've seen gaming studios that were out in the last bull run, they're still around, whereas most of the games that they released, obviously games normally tend to peak out. They have a certain period of interest and they start to die out. It just means that the companies have got to go back and create a new game. If you're invested in the game, more than likely during a bear run, all your money's gone and that game is never going to recover. Whereas if you're invested in gaming studios, you got a much better chance. Now, Galaxy Games was one of them. Another seed round that they bought in recently was MetaHorse Unity. I didn't actually invest into that because it's on the Ethereum network and I just can't be asked with Ethereum. The fees are too fucking high. But most of the time, it's just not worth it. Now, they have got a new release that's coming out, which is Revenge, which is Polyland Studios. It is a seed round. So let's just have a quick look into it. Again, you're not investing in the game itself. You're actually investing in the studio that's creating the game. Again, like I say, studios tend to last. Games don't. Games will probably get through. They'll probably do well this bull run, and that'll be the end of it. Most of the games, when you come into the next run, they won't even exist. Whereas a lot of these studios, like I say, if they do carry on producing good quality games, they are going to last, and you probably make more money from a gaming studio than you would off a game. Again, like I say, this is Seapad, and this is what Seapad are offering. They're offering seed rounds, they're offering massive allocations, and like I say, to get into a higher tier, it is a lot cheaper than anywhere else. Not only that, when I have a look at some of the other things that they do offer, we'll take Xverse for example. So Xverse on Seapad, they are releasing the private round. So on the private round, you can see the token price is 0.04 and my allocation was $380. I am invested in Xverse here. I did have the opportunity of getting into Xverse on ChainGPT pad. So on ChainGPT pad, you can see Xverse will be releasing. It is a standard IDO and the price is 0.055. When you compare that with the price that I'm getting on Seapad, you can see there's a massive difference in price. Of course, Seapad is a private round, but again, for such a small launchpad to be able to offer private rounds, where bigger launchpads are only offering IDOs, I know where I want to put my money, but I'd rather pay 0.04 than 0.055. If you're looking to cash out quick, you're better off going with the IDO. But if you're like me and you're gonna wait the bull run and you're gonna see it to the end, you're better off buying it cheaper. I'm buying it at 0.04. People that are buying it at 0.55, if they're selling straight away, fair enough. If you're going to wait till the end of the bull run, the vesting schedule shouldn't bother you. I know with private rounds, the vesting tends to be a lot longer, but of course, if you are going to wait till the end of the bull run, that shouldn't even be a factor. Regardless of whether I get it at 0.04 or 0.055, I'd be looking to hold until the end of the bull run. So vesting for me is not an issue. If it is an issue for you, I wouldn't recommend it. But again, like I say, as you can see, they have got better launches. And the allocation, like I say, compared to everywhere else, the allocation is massive. If you're looking to get into, if you're looking to get early access into projects and get a nice, decent allocation, Seapad is probably the way to go forward. But again, like I say, getting into IDOs is extremely risky, and if your risk tolerance is low, I would not recommend it at all. If you're one of those that likes to take risks and are confident in your trading, I would recommend looking into Seapad. You can get some massive allocations there, and you can make some serious money. I'm expecting Galaxy Games. I've bought it in. Let's just have a look. I bought in at 1 cent, and I'm hoping by the time it reaches the market, it's 3 or 4x from here already, and then by the end of the bull run, I would expect another 10 to 20x from there. So in the end, I've put in $1,000. I would expect to get about $50,000 back from this project. It's only because I've got in so early. Nobody else is getting the price that we've got in at, apart from the people that bought in at the same time. Anyone that's buying that IDO, they're going to be buying it for a lot more. And of course, anyone buying on the markets will be looking to pay even more than that. Getting into private rounds and seed rounds are a lot riskier than getting into IDOs. But again, the more risk, the more reward. If these projects make it, the prices we're getting them at, we're going to make some serious money. When it comes to Seapad, like I say, it is a smaller launch pad, so they don't have all the best projects. They do have some incredible projects. Like I say, Revenge is looking really good. Galaxy Games, again, we're in early. Ivan Pay's another good project. MetaHorse, like I say, I did avoid. I did go into a couple more, so I went into Mars 3 AI and into Me Music. To be fair, they're probably just shit projects. The good thing is, if you go into a project and you don't like it, or it doesn't make the money that you want to make, they do have a refund policy, so you can get a refund on it. Of course, some of these don't have a refund because you're getting in that seed round, and they're not going to offer, nobody's going to offer you a refund on seed round. With the IDOs, like I say, there is a 24-hour refund. So if you find that an IDO is released and it doesn't reach the price that you want, you can opt for a refund. What I'd normally say to people is, if you're trading on IDOs and you're short on money, as soon as the IDO releases, you want to check the price, and if you're at a good return, take your money out. If the return isn't as good as you expected, just opt for the refund. You've not lost anything. If these projects do well, you can make some massive gains. On Mars 3 AI, I did go in. It did go up to 5x. I missed it that day. I couldn't be asked to wake up, so I'm still holding. That coin is actually down, so I'm going to wait it out and see what happens towards the end. Mu Music, I got into that last week. I did actually manage to cash out at nearly 3x. So the TG was only 15%. I managed to get 40% of my money back on the TGE, which means that the 60% of my money that I've spent, I am getting 85% worth of coins for that. That's going to bring my average coin price down significantly, which I do believe it was a good move. I've got half my money back, and the money that's left in there is going to make my coin prices even cheaper, and we'll see where this project can go. Again, like I say, some of these projects, they're not brilliant, but then you do have some that are really good projects. Xverse has been released on quite a few launch pads, and like I say, Seapad, has got the cheapest price at the moment. Not only that, another thing I like about Seapad, I use CDFI, I use ChainGPT, I use Solidus, I use quite a few launchpads. Now, every other launchpad, when they do release a coin, it normally releases about 10 or 15 minutes after it goes to market. Whereas Seapad, they actually release the coins at the same time as the market. So if I go in here, I'll show you. The last one, like I say, was Me Music, and you can see the TGE was at 11 a.m. So that was actually the release time as well. So that's the time it went on to market, and that's the time I really received my coins. So I was able to dump before most people even receive their coins. If you're buying off a different launchpad, you'll probably wait in 10 or 15 minutes. In that time, it come down from a 3x to a 2x. But of course, if you were on Seapad, you get your TGE straight away, which gives you that opportunity to dump on the market. It might sound bad, but that's the way you make money. The way to make money is sell something to somebody else and let it go down. You don't want to be holding coins while it's going down. You want to be able to dump them on someone else. Unfortunately, the crypto market, it's a crawl market, and that's just the way things work. If you're smart enough, you're going to get in early, you're going to get coins cheap and cheerful, and you're going to dump it on people that are waiting to buy these coins that you've bought for half the price. Those are the projects on Seapad so far. They have got a few more projects coming up. Recently, after seeing what allocation Seapad's given me, and how quick I receive my coins, Like I say, that is a very, very important factor. You know, most people get their coins 15 minutes late, whereas Seapad, so far, I've been getting my coins bang on time, which is allowing me to make that extra move or giving me that, you know, significant advantage over the people that are getting their coins later. So guys, that's Seapad for you. So if I've missed anything, feel free to ask questions in the comments. Obviously, I'll try and answer whatever I can. But again, like I say, you know, if you don't know what you're doing, if you're new to crypto, don't bother coming into Launchpads.
Don't try this shit at home.
You know, Launchpads, for people that know what they're doing, you can make some serious money. If you don't know what you're doing, you know, you are going to end up getting wrecked. If you are looking to get into a Launchpad, or if you're already in Launchpad and you're just looking to expand, I would recommend looking into Seapad. Seapad, like I say, for risk to reward, I do find Seapad is probably the best launchpad at the moment. Reason being, it's cheaper to get in, the allocations are a lot bigger, you know, and like I say, you receive your coins before most other launchpads. With that being said, you know, if there's anything that I've missed, feel free to ask questions, and I'll try and answer what I can. If you want to keep up to date with what we're doing, how much we invest in, and you know, the things that we're investing into, please do like and subscribe and turn on notifications. And as always, thanks for watching, and catch you next week.